the first card you have for your past is the King of Cups. Yeah, so I'm seeing some kind of, something strange going on. This is kind of a little bit shifty. It's a bit of manipulation maybe, but I don't think it's very serious manipulation. I don't think it's a terrible person, but it is something that's not quite right, not quite above board. You know, it's not on the level of stealing something. It's just on the level of being a little bit dodgy maybe. So I think this could have been a bit of subtle manipulation maybe that was happening. I'm actually seeing someone who wanted something, or they wanted their own way around something, but they wouldn't come out and actually say what they wanted. They wouldn't just say, oh, I'd like that, or what I really want is this, which is the way I think you should do it. If you want something, just come and say. But no, they didn't do that. I think they tried to get what they wanted in a kind of a roundabout way. They might have even involved someone else in this, because I'm seeing they might have played the sympathy card as well, because I'm seeing some other people trying to, or one person feeling a bit bad for them, feeling sorry for them, and kind of helping them out and doing what they wanted and kind of being on their side of this. So you might not even know exactly what this was all about. Even now you might still be a bit unsure about what's going on. But I'm just getting this feeling of something's not right around this. Something's not right around this. It might be that someone came and told you something about, doing something, wanting you to do something or be involved in this thing. And you thought, that doesn't sound quite right. Or maybe it was like, that doesn't sound like that person talking. It sounds like something this other person would say. It's that kind of thing, because it's probably because the other person has told them to say that. It might be something like that. When you hear somebody else's voice in someone else's mouth, it's like that kind of thing. So yeah, I think they definitely wanted something to go their way, but they didn't want people to think the idea came from them, if that makes sense. Whatever this is, whether you know what this is or not, or whatever, if you do have that feeling about something's not right, obviously follow your instincts. If something feels strange, if something feels like it's not quite right, you're feeling like that for a reason. You're given your instincts for a reason, and you definitely follow them, because I am seeing there is some strange kind of manipulation or something funny happening around this. So the next card you have for your past is the Magician. So yeah, I think you knew something was a little bit strange about this situation. I keep on seeing someone wanting things to appear to be one way, but they're actually another way or something like that. And also they were getting other people to be their kind of voice for them, or their spokesperson. I'm seeing that again. But I think you could see something was going on, even if you didn't know what it was. And so you probably stayed away, or you probably didn't engage in this, and I really hope you didn't do that. Yeah, I'm also seeing in this card, in this Magician card, a goal that you were trying to achieve, but maybe you were going about this in a private way. Maybe you weren't telling anyone about this. It's not like you were hiding things from people or being secretive or anything like that. But it was just like, you wanted to get on with working on this. You didn't want any distractions. You didn't want any questions. You didn't want any possible negativity. People saying, what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? Oh, don't do that, and all of that kind of thing. And yeah, I think you were doing the right thing in doing this. I've done that before with things I've wanted to achieve, just not told anyone about it. And yeah, you didn't want to talk about it. You didn't want to answer questions. You didn't want to be talking. You wanted to be doing. And I'm actually seeing people being a little bit surprised, or more than a little bit surprised, actually, very surprised, or even shocked when you've done this, when they find out what you've done. It's not a bad thing, but it's like something amazing. They'll be like, wow, how did they really do that? Wow, okay. So, it's like when a traditional magician on a stage performs a trick. He doesn't explain how it happens. He doesn't explain the trick to everyone. He just does it, and then he surprises everyone. And, that's what you're going to do. So there's not going to be, or there aren't going to be, I should say, any people saying, don't do that, or you can't do that, or what are you doing? Because you'll have already done it by the time they say anything. It's too late now. So they're all going to go, how did you do that? Wow, that's amazing. And usually when you tell people that you're going to achieve something amazing, they all start, not all, but a lot of people start to tell you, don't do that, you can't do that, la 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 la. But when you've done it, they're like, wow, how did you do that? I mean, I had a friend who was quite an overweight person, and that was fine, but she decided that she wanted to lose a lot of weight. That was fine as well, and she did that. Fantastic, great achievement. And as she was doing it, in the early stages, people were saying, oh, you can't do it that way, you can't do it that way, that's wrong, you can't exercise like that, you can't eat that, you have to eat more this, and you can't do that, and you sure you're going to be able to do it? Why don't you just have this piece of cake? I don't think you know what you're doing, really. Oh no, my friend knows more about that. Oh, la 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 la. But then, when she'd done it, they're all secretly coming up to her saying, oh, how did you do it? How did you do it? I want to do it. So it's really funny how people behave, isn't it? So that's what I'm seeing around that magician card. So yes, the last card you have for your past is the Page of Swords. So there are going to be some times where, yeah, it's going to feel as if you're really battling to get this finished, this project or this thing that I was seeing in the magician card. You will finish this, you'll definitely finish this, and this is going to bring you a great big fantastic feeling of freedom when you are done. It's going to be like, oh, it's finally done, I'm free and I'm proud of myself, I've done this thing. So yeah, freedom. And there are 10 birds, above this page's head, and the number 10 can represent completion. So you will complete this. If things become difficult when you're in the middle, or you're wondering whether you'll ever finish this, you will finish this, and you'll finish this well, and people are going to be shocked, and they're going to say, how did you do that? How did you do that? I keep on seeing that. So yes, the first card you have for your present is the 10 of Cups. So this is a beautiful card, beautiful. So I'm seeing family in this card. Obviously there's a family in this card, but I'm not seeing a traditional nuclear family like the one in this card. I'm seeing a sort of reunion actually, or at least a meeting or a connection or a conversation, something like that. I'm actually seeing a family member that you haven't seen for a long, long time. And I'm seeing them meeting with you or speaking with you or something like that. And this is a connection, or this is a communication that you've been wanting, really been hoping for. And yeah, this is going to come out positively. This is going to be positive. Now, yeah, obviously this is a very positive card, so it's going to be a positive outcome with this. But it won't exactly be hearts and flowers and rainbows and all of that thing and celebrations that I'm seeing on this card, because maybe you've been through things with them in the past, or maybe you've had some kind of rocky past with this person. I'm not seeing any big problems. I'm seeing things running smoothly with this meeting or whatever this is, or this get-together. But it won't be like a Hallmark card or a Hallmark movie or something like that. It's going to be good, it's going to be fine. So don't stress about it being perfect or being this or being that. Just play it by ear, just be pleasant, be nice. It will be fine. You know, this is a step in the right direction between you. This is a step. The key word here is step. Step in the right direction. Don't think everything's going to be solved overnight or everything's going to be amazing in 1 second, but it's a step. That's what I'm seeing. So think of it like that. The next card you have for your present is the 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, look at this. You're going to hug them. That's what I'm seeing. They're going to hug you back. And this is happening when you meet. And again, I'm also seeing them being a little bit guarded with you. So again, this is the start. This is the start of you rebuilding your relationship again. It's only the start. So yeah, if this resonates, try to be patient with them and try to not worry about hurrying this and what stage are we at and do they like me yet and have we gotten over this and what's happening, and don't worry about any of that. Just think about talking to them, having an easy conversation, having a nice conversation, and that's one step. Then the next time you can have a bit of a further step. So think of it like that. And try to be patient, and if you can, try not to bring up any old problems or any hurts that you've had in the beginning as well. I'm not saying that you should pretend that nothing's happened and everything's fine all the time. If things have hurt you, of course, yes, you have to bring them up at some time and you have to address things. Otherwise, they'll fester and they'll be there forever. But in these early stages, don't worry about that right now. Just start off slowly. Eventually you can talk about all of these things when things are more comfortable between you again, but at this time they're not quite at that stage yet. The last card you have your present is the Queen of Cups. So this person in the Ten of Cups, I'm seeing they need you. They need you as a support system. Now, they probably don't realize that at this stage, or maybe they just don't want to realize that because they've kind of built up this resistance against you because you've had this rocky past or problems in your past. I'm seeing they're also a bit stubborn as well. So there's that as well. So I think they'll see this eventually, and I think that they'll come to you eventually. They'll confide in you eventually. But only if you go about this very sensitively and carefully, as I was seeing in the Four of Pentacles. Don't go in all guns blazing, you did this, you did that. Just take a step back, take it easy with them, be gentle, and that's when they'll gradually come toward you and things will start to sort out. But it'll happen slowly. Again, I keep on seeing this is going to happen slowly. This is only the first step. So just remember that. So the first card you have for your future is the Four of Swords. So you're going to have this meeting, you're going to have this reunion or whatever this is. It's going to go well. But even though it goes well, it's still quite intense. It's still quite, there are a lot of emotions swirling around this, past emotions, present ones, future ones, worrying about what's going to happen, how this is going to go. So because this has been so intense by this time in your future, I'm seeing that you're going to have to take some time to yourself. Just get some time out to yourself when they've gone, when they've left. Just kind of absorb everything, think about everything, unpack everything in your mind, if that makes sense. There's a lot to process here. And even though I'm seeing things going very well, there's still going to be a lot to think about in terms of how you're both going to go forward in the future, what's going to happen next, all of that kind of thing. But before you even think about what's going to happen next or anything like that, it might be good for you to just try to take your mind off all of this for a while. Think about something totally different, because it's almost as if you'll have been through some kind of emotional turbulence or something like that. And you'll need to recover from that. So just let yourself do this before you move on to the next stage, and even before you contact them again. Don't contact them when you're still kind of all stressed up in the air, unpacking everything, and don't bombard them with things and questions and conversations. Take a step back, give them some space, you have some space, and then come back slowly and carefully again. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your future is the Six of Cups. So I know most of this reading has been about this reunion and this person, and it's been very, very specific. I know that, but this is what I keep on picking up. So whoever this is for, this is what they need to hear. So that's why I'm getting all of these messages about this. But yes, this card as well could be about reunions, can be about family. And so, that's another one showing me the same kind of a thing. And you might also be worrying at this time about seeing them again, when you'll see them again, whether you're actually going to see them again. You might be worrying about all of that kind of thing at this time, especially if you're having this break, this breathing space from them that I'm seeing in the Four of Swords. So try not to worry about this, because I keep on seeing you building things up between you again, and I'm actually seeing you're going to support them through something. in the future. And then in your more distant future again, later on than that, I'm seeing them supporting you in something as well. So this is looking positive. This is looking positive. So please don't stress about this. And if you stress about this and you start to call them, oh, I'm all stressed, that might kind of set them back as well, because they don't want to handle all of your, oh, help me, how is this going to go? They don't want to hear all of that. I don't mean to say that in a cruel way, but I just mean that you need to take this gently and easily and make them feel really comfortable and welcome and all of that. And that's the only way that you're going to move forward with this. But I'm seeing that you are going to move forward with this. So the last card you have for your future is Justice. So yes, again, balance and forgiveness. So you're both going to need balance. You're both going to need forgiveness, definitely, as you both start to get this connection back on track again. And yeah, again, this is going to take time. I keep on seeing that. You're going to have to come into a state of peace around what's happened in your past. Now, to get to that state of peace, you are and they are, both of you are going to have a lot of talks. You are going to have to bring up some difficult things. Try and do this carefully. Take your time on this. It's not going to be an easy process as you go along, but I think you know that. That's why you're so stressed about this. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more talking. There's going to be a lot more working through things before you get back into balance. There's going to also be some forgiveness, and that's what happens in the Justice card as well. Forgiveness, making up, working through things, talking about things that you don't agree on, things that happened, all of that kind of thing. A lot of working together and talking, but it's going to happen. I am seeing positivity coming out of this in the future when you've been through that process.